In a significant move on April 20th, the US House of Representatives approved a groundbreaking bill aimed at providing substantial aid to Ukraine. This aid package, totaling nearly $61 billion, marks a robust commitment to bolstering Ukraine's defense capabilities amidst ongoing geopolitical tensions. Among the notable provisions disclosed later were the inclusion of formidable assets such as long-range ballistic missiles, Army tactical missile systems, ATACMS, Bradley fighting vehicles, Humvee vehicles, and M113 armored personnel carriers. Particularly striking in this allocation is the provision of ATACMS missiles, renowned for their precision and potency. The centerpiece of the aid package, the Army Tactical Missile System, ATACMS, stands out for its formidable capabilities. With a range extending up to 165 kilometers, approximately 100 miles, these missiles possess a striking capability to neutralize targets with a warhead weighing 560 kilograms, 1,235 pounds. Notably, the lethal radius of these missiles spans an area comparable to that of a soccer field, underlining the sheer potency of this weaponry. MGM-140 ATACMS missile. The genesis of the MGM-140 ATACMS missile can be traced back to the late 1980s, following a shift in the US Army's doctrine towards the use of conventional precision-guided munitions instead of nuclear strikes. Lingtemco Vought, LTV, was awarded a contract in 1986 to develop the ATACMS missile, marking the beginning of a new era in tactical missile technology. The first test launch of the MGM-140 ATACMS missile, designated as the MGM-140/M40, occurred in 1988, marking a significant milestone in its development. The missile's combat debut came during Operation Desert Storm in 1991, where its precision and lethality were demonstrated on the battlefield, cementing its reputation as a formidable weapon system. The basic version of the MGM-140 ATACMS, known as Block 1, features a nose-mounted control system, a cluster warhead, a solid fuel engine, and aerodynamic rudders. The M39 warhead contains approximately 950 M74 submunitions, which are capable of targeting lightly armored vehicles, personnel, and enemy radar installations with tungsten fragments. Despite initial concerns about its accuracy during Block 1 testing, the MGM-140 ATACMS missile's performance was deemed sufficient for its intended role as a cluster munition. The missile follows a semi-ballistic trajectory to the target, with initial acceleration on a predefined path followed by guided flight. Its range reaches up to 165 kilometers, making it a versatile weapon for engaging targets at extended ranges. To ensure ease of deployment and maintenance, the MGM-140 ATACMS missile is stored in transport and launch containers, which are preloaded with ammunition and sealed at the factory. This design allows for long periods of maintenance-free operation and minimizes pre-launch preparation, enhancing the missile's readiness for rapid deployment in combat scenarios. The MGM-140 ATACMS missile is launched from multiple launch rocket systems, including the tracked M270 MLRS, multiple launch rocket system, and the wheeled M142 HIMARS, high mobility artillery rocket system. While the tracked M270 can carry 2 containers with ballistic missiles or rockets, the HIMARS can transport only 1, providing flexibility and mobility for rapid response operations. Block 1 to precision strike. In 1998, the MGM-140B ATACMS Block 1. A missile emerged as an improved version, featuring an increased target engagement range of 300 kilometers and enhancements to its control systems. By reducing the number of submunitions and incorporating satellite navigation subsystems, the Block 1A missile achieved greater accuracy with a circular probable deviation of less than 100 meters. Building upon the success of the Block 1A, the MGM-164 ATACMS Block 2000 and Block 2000 Mod emerged as the most advanced variants of the ATACMS series. These missiles featured a unitary fragmentation warhead and a 3-mode fuse system, further enhancing their lethality and versatility on the battlefield. Production of ATACMS missiles continued until 2007, with various modifications totaling 3,700 units. These included Block 1, Block 1A, and Block 2000 variants, each tailored to specific mission requirements and operational scenarios. The ATACMS saw extensive combat deployment during Operation Desert Storm in 1991 and subsequent conflicts in Iraq. To maintain the combat readiness of existing ATACMS missiles, a Service Life Extension Program, SLEP, was initiated, aimed at extending their service life and improving performance. Additionally, aging Block 1 missiles were upgraded to the Block 2000 version, ensuring their continued effectiveness on the battlefield. Despite ongoing efforts to sustain the ATACMS fleet, the development of the Precision Strike Missile, PRSM, signaled a new era in tactical missile technology. Successfully tested in November 2023, the PRSM was designed to replace the aging ATACMS and deliver enhanced precision and lethality to U.S. forces. The deployment of ATACMS missiles to Ukraine in 2023 marked a significant development in the ongoing conflict in the region. Believed to have received a limited number of missiles, the Ukrainian armed forces utilized ATACMS Block 1 missiles to strike Russian positions, resulting in significant damage to enemy assets. ATACMS missile deployment in Ukraine. Following the U.S. Senate's approval of a military aid package, Ukraine received a clandestine delivery of ATACMS missiles in April, authorized by President Joe Biden. Reports indicate that these missiles were promptly employed in an operation targeting an airfield in Zenkoy, annexed Crimea, on April 17th. Ukrainian President Zelensky lauded the precision of the strike, acknowledging the efficacy of the military's actions. The acquisition of ATACMS missiles extends Ukraine's striking capabilities beyond the occupied territories of Donetsk, Luhansk, and Zaporizhzhia regions, encompassing the entirety of the Crimean Peninsula and adjoining Russian territories. With the ability to target critical infrastructure, military installations, and logistical hubs, Ukraine gains a strategic advantage in the conflict landscape. Of particular significance is the potential targeting of the Crimean Bridge, a vital link between Crimea and mainland Russia. Speculation regarding a symbolic attack on June 22nd, evoking historical parallels, adds a layer of complexity to the situation. However, the tactical efficacy and broader implications of such an operation remain subject to conjecture. The deployment of ATACMS missiles introduces a new variable into the conflict equation, potentially reshaping the balance of power between Ukrainian and Russian forces. While the precise quantity of missiles provided remains undisclosed, statements by National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan suggest a substantial delivery capable of influencing the conflict's trajectory. Despite the introduction of ATACMS missiles, it is imperative to recognize the absence of a panacea for resolving the conflict. While these missiles may bolster Ukrainian defenses and disrupt Russian military operations, they are unlikely to unilaterally halt the Russian army's advance or secure a decisive victory for Ukraine. The efficacy of ATACMS missiles in altering the conflict's dynamics hinges on several factors, including deployment strategy, targeting precision, and Russian countermeasures. Policymakers and military strategists must navigate these complexities judiciously, ensuring adaptive responses to evolving circumstances. The deployment of ATACMS missiles underscores the evolving nature of modern warfare, characterized by technological advancements and asymmetric capabilities. As Ukraine leverages these assets to counter Russian aggression, the conflict enters a new phase marked by increased lethality and strategic maneuvering. Ukrainian defense strategy. ATACMS missiles alone cannot ensure a successful counteroffensive for Ukraine. Past instances of Western military aid, including tanks and infantry fighting vehicles, highlight the multifaceted nature of defense strategies. Thus, while ATACMS missiles can play a crucial role, they are part of a broader defense framework requiring integrated planning and coordination. ATACMS missiles have the potential to disrupt Russian offensives by targeting critical infrastructure and logistical routes. For example, the use of GMLRS missiles in disabling the on-off bridge during previous engagements demonstrates the disruptive impact such precision strikes can have on enemy logistics. However, the strategic significance of targets in Crimea, like the Crimean Bridge, presents both opportunities and challenges for Ukrainian forces. The strategic value of targeting the Crimean Bridge lies in disrupting Russian supply lines and isolating the peninsula, while the GMLRS missile's smaller warhead poses a limitation compared to ATACMS. The potential disruption to Russian logistics could still be significant. However, challenges such as Russian air defense capabilities and countermeasures against GPS-guided munitions must be carefully considered in planning such operations. Russian tactics, including the use of false GPS signals to deceive missile guidance systems, present challenges for Ukrainian forces employing precision strikes. While ATACMS missiles offer enhanced capabilities compared to GMLRS, their effectiveness in countering Russian defenses remains uncertain. Ukrainian planners must weigh the risks and benefits of such operations carefully. The evolving nature of warfare underscores the importance of adaptive strategies and technological innovation. American engineers are likely exploring options to enhance the effectiveness of missile systems, including the development of more powerful munitions with extended ranges. These advancements could offer Ukraine additional capabilities in future engagements. The effectiveness of ATACMS missiles in shaping the conflict's outcome hinges on various factors, including operational planning, technological capabilities, and Russian responses. While they offer strategic advantages, their limitations and vulnerabilities must be addressed through comprehensive defense strategies. Ultimately, the success of Ukrainian defense efforts depends on a combination of military capabilities, diplomatic initiatives, and international support. ATACMS missiles represent a valuable asset in Ukraine's arsenal, but their strategic impact will be determined by the broader context of the conflict and the effectiveness of Ukrainian defense planning.